আপনারা দেখছেন টকিং পয়েন্ট, সৌজন্যে স্যাপ সলিসিটরস, যে কোনো আইনি পরামর্শের জন্য।
Assalamu alaikum. Back again. Sorry, ওটা কেটে দাও। Okay. Okay. আমি ওখানে আবার স্টার্ট করতেছি। Okay. Give me countdown. Welcome back. Before this break, we were talking to Emma DeCosta from Commonwealth Foundation's Writers Group, and now we have a lady visiting London from the United States of America. She is an active social worker, somebody whose heart lies in education, and also she is a business person providing advice to new business setups. She is Firoza Sahuddin. She was born in Dhaka, and in the uncertain times of early 1970, she and her family left Dhaka for the United States. She has been living since then in Washington DC area and serving the community. She also runs a school for young children, and that's the project that is very close to her heart. Welcome to the show, Firoza. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for making the time for our viewers. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you for inviting me, and I would like to talk to my viewers.
Thank you. Tell us, when you went to the States, I think that was sometime in the early 70s.
Long time.
Long time ago.
Long
I know.
yeah.
We still remember. We are not that old.
True. At least I don't want to know people how old I am.
No. But you were very young.
Yeah. Young and not seeing the whole world. It was just starting. I just got married. I had a child.
Right.
And I went to...
Those were the difficult days, see, that we went through, all of us, the whole entire
Well,
nation,
whenever you are young and restless, it is difficult.
Yes. When you went to the States, you met up with your family there. What was the condition of the United States, and particularly people who had gone there from Bangladesh, I mean, at that time?
Right.
What was the condition?
Well, since I lived not only in state, but I lived in the same area within 10-15 miles of radius. Mm-hmm. So I have literally seen how much it has changed. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And of course, a lot of change for better, and a lot of change that I wouldn't have liked to see at my age. But things were, for foreigners, like, the one we came from, from Dhaka.
First we were foreigners, then we become the natives.
Exactly. At that time I was foreigners.
But in America you don't have foreigners, you all have natives.
No, that is not true.
Or is it the other way?
That is not true, because we still call ourselves Desi, which means we are either from Bangladesh or Pakistan or India or Sri Lanka, some other countries. We are still known. But we, of course, you were talking about the change. Things has changed, and of course it's global. Everywhere things change. Bangladesh has changed. Every other country has changed. But anyone who wants to do things there, they can thrive.
Right.
That one thing. When they say land of opportunity, it is land of opportunity.
It's a land of dreams, American dream.
Yes.
We'll come to that, to see the American dream and all that later. See, how were the conditions then, at that time, in the early 70s, when you went there?
Personally, first of all, it has been so long.
Yes,
I don't.
How did you find out the other Bangladeshi community, a lot of people ran away, I mean, literally ran away because the conditions were so bad, getting out of hand, and peaceful situation was not there.
That is true, and I was right there, at the time of Sahuddin. I was there, and being close to the embassy, I was exposed to a lot of Bangladeshi, and I met. So all those friends are still there, those who were in early 70s or early 80s. And people, the one thing, living in a bigger city, we had opportunity to send our children to a good school and
Right,
and
sure.
and close net working with the communities. So our children, luckily, thank God that we have had a good role models. We saw a lot of Bangladeshi people who came and sent their kids to the good schooling
Right.
and all those, and
Did
it
you
did
involve-
impact
Did
in
you
our
involve
lives.
yourself those days, I mean back in 70s and 80s, did you involve yourself in social activities like, people who came from Bangladesh, they needed a foothold. They wanted to start a business, you see. They need a house. They need to send their children to school.
At that time, even having a social gathering, having a dinner party at home, that was a real social work because you invite about 10, 20 people
Yes, I see.
and they talk about the
Sharing
politics in Bangladesh and politics of America, comparing the whole
Yes,
world.
yes.
So I think that did give a little view of different people coming
Right,
from
sure, sure.
the same, from Bangladesh.
Yes.
And that's how we get to know, and then sometimes we invite the locals,
Right, see.
to our house, and and we have neighbors. And the culture we have, we always say neighbors, oh, please come for
Yes,
dinner.
yes.
They all came for dinner, and then our children and their children, they met each other.
You found,
So
you found the American citizens more sympathetic to the cause of Bangladesh, but the government was not. We know it, see.
right at that time, but your daily impact, daily meeting, you get to know your neighbors.
Right.
What happened in politics, that does not affect your daily life.
True.
So, somebody who came as a politician, maybe they might have affected, but us being
Yes.
good neighbors and down the street, my
No,
sister lived.
I'm talking about the attitude of the U.S. Towards the idea of an independent Bangladesh was very different then than it is now. See, but the people of the United States were with open arms. They welcomed people who were coming from Bangladesh because of the strife.
Right. No, definitely. Yeah, we did enjoy their hospitality, and
Sure.
right there, as soon as I came, the independence came, and
Yes.
and yeah, I really enjoyed, and everybody, and my neighbors, they knew that new country has established or
Yes,
came
yes,
out
yes,
on the
yes.
globe.
Yes.
And they wanted to know more about it. What happened? How did this happen? All those things, which of course I, not being a political family,
Yes.
personally, I didn't even know that much at that
Yes,
time.
yes.
Later on, we was more known to.
Of course,
to
you
us,
were
but-
much younger to understand the international politics and
True.
the different pulls and push. But
Right,
anyway,
right.
But you got settled. You started raising a family, and then you got involved in the childhood education. Is it?
Yes, it has been a long time. When my children were a little older, grown up, I am professionally, I'm an accountant too, so I start thinking of doing my own business.
Yeah.
And I started on my own business, and that was, at that time I didn't understand, but now I think it was my passion
Yes.
to understand the early childhood education, because it's big in USA, and
Yes.
especially where I'm coming from.
Right.
We don't have that established education for early childhood, and that early
Right.
childhood I'm talking about from baby to 5 years old,
Right, yes.
how their brain works. Mine slowly I
Right.
got involved in that.
Is
and,
the state, United States, I mean the different states, are they involved? The education system, are they involved in teaching from 0 to 5 like age children? Or
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And not only that they are teaching, but they are they have a lot of funding,
Okay.
which us who was
Yeah.
educationist
Yeah.
got the funding from the
Right,
government.
right.
So our whole education was enhanced because of the funding. We got a
Yes,
lot
I
of
see.
free
Okay.
workshop, education,
Right,
schools.
see.
I got into college, got my
Yes.
degree in early childhood education,
Right.
and the whole perspective changed my life, because looking at that, and that's why I was going to tell you that I do travel around the world and do give workshops and seminars
Right,
on
see.
on early childhood education.
You were in Paris recently. Did you have something to do with your professional work there, or you were just holidaying with your family?
No, now it's about time that I start taking some of my own pleasure, like traveling.
Right.
I do like to travel, and this was my...
You deserve your own weekends.
Have my own weekends, and get to see the city and the country. And I came to, now I am here to London to see some of my family.
Any educationists here? Or?
No, I don't. I didn't, and because this time I was completely, it was my time free from my work.
And you're not here for a long time anyway.
Exactly.
You're leaving on Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, I'm leaving in few days, 2 days. And
which will be the day after tomorrow, yes.
Yes.
So we thank you really for coming along and sharing all these thoughts, but we are not letting you go now. We have another segment coming along, and we want to know about your school, about your social work, and your business entrepreneurial projects. Okay? Thank you, viewers, for being with us, and we are coming back again after this commercial break. Okay? Don't go away. Thank you.
আপনারা দেখছেন টকিং পয়েন্ট, সৌজন্যে স্যাপ সলিসিটরস, যে কোনো আইনি পরামর্শের জন্য।